Object heading: Tsunami, the killer sea wave. Learning objective: Tsunami, the killer sea wave. A killer tsunami hit 11 southeastern countries of Asia on the 26th of December 2004, killing more than 150,000 precious lives. The count hasn't stopped. At the end of the day, statistics only remain. The emotional, economical, and ecological toll of the disaster can't be calculated. Many villages have lost an entire generation. This was the biggest earthquake to hit the world in 40 years, and no one could have thought that its effect would ripple worldwide overnight. Do you know what tsunamis are, how they can be predicted, and how you can save yourself from the deadly tsunami? Read the section below and you will know more about it. Follow the instructions if you reside in any of the coastal states of the country. The term tsunami has been coined from the Japanese term su, meaning harbor, and nami, meaning waves. Tsunamis are waves generated by earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or underwater landslides and can reach 15 meters or more in height, devastating coastal communities. In recorded history, tsunamis worldwide have killed hundreds of thousands of people. Tsunamis caused by nearby earthquakes may reach the coast within minutes. When the waves enter shallow water, they may rise to several feet or, in rare cases, tens of feet, striking the coast with devastating force. The tsunami danger period can continue for many hours after a major earthquake. In 1883, the violent explosion of the famous volcano Krakatoa in Indonesia produced tsunamis measuring 40 meters which crashed upon Java and Sumatra. Over 36,000 people lost their lives as a result of tsunami that are capable of crossing oceans. Tsunamis are nearly always created by movement of the sea floor associated with earthquakes which occur beneath the sea floor or near the ocean. Tsunamis may also be generated by very large earthquakes far away in other areas of the ocean. Waves caused by these travel at hundreds of kilometers per hour, reaching the coast several hours after the earthquake. Unlike ordinary tides, which are short, frequent, and surface level, tsunami are barely noticeable in their deep sea formation stage. At this point, despite a wavelength up to 100 km, they are shallow in the depth and move at hundreds of km per hour. If a quake hits Los Angeles, a tsunami can reach Tokyo in a time less than a jet would take to traverse the same distance. Let the important facts of tsunami appear on the screen one by one. Important facts about tsunamis. Some tsunamis can be very large. In coastal areas, their height can be as great as 10 meters or more than 30 meters in extreme cases, and they can move inland several hundred meters. All low-lying coastal areas can be struck by tsunamis. A tsunami consists of a series of waves. Often the first wave may not be the largest. The danger from the subsequent tsunami waves can last for several hours after the arrival of the first wave. Tsunami can move even 50 km per hour on coastal plain, faster than a person can run. Sometimes a tsunami causes the water near the shore to recede, exposing the ocean floor. This is nature's tsunami warning and should be heeded. The force of some tsunamis is enormous. Large rocks weighing several tons, along with boat and other debris, can be moved inland several meters by tsunami wave activity. Homes and other buildings are destroyed. All floating material and water move with great force and can kill or injure people. Tsunami can occur at any time of day or night. Tsunamis can travel up rivers and streams that lead to the ocean. Detecting tsunamis. With the use of satellite technology, it is possible to provide nearly immediate warning of potentially tsunamigenic earthquakes. Warning time depends upon the distance of the epicenter from the coastline. The warning includes predicted times at selected coastal communities where the tsunami could travel in a few hours. Coastal tidal gauges can stop tsunamis close to the shore, but they are useless in deep oceans. Tsunami detectors linked to land by submarine cables are deployed 50 odd kilometers out at sea. Meters transmit warning of buoys on the sea surface, which relay it to satellites. Let the important facts of what to do before a tsunami appear on the screen one by one. What to do before a tsunami? We should try to find out if our home, school, workplace, or other frequently visited locations are in tsunami hazard prone areas. We should know the height of our street above sea level and the distance of our street from the coast or other high risk waters. We should plan evacuation routes from our home, school, workplace, or any other place we could be where tsunamis present a risk. We should practice our evacuation routes. We should have disaster supplies on hand. We should discuss tsunamis with our family. We should develop an emergency communication plan. In case family members are separated from one another during a tsunami, have a plan for getting back together. Ask an out-of-state relative or friend to serve as the family contact. After a disaster, it is often easier to call long distance. Myth: tsunamis are caused by moon spool. Let the important point of risk appear on the screen one by one. If you are at risk from tsunami, you should avoid building or living in buildings within several hundred feet of the coastline. Make a list of items to bring inside the event of a tsunami. Elevate coastal homes. Most tsunami waves are less than 10 feet, 3 meters. Elevating your house will help reduce damage to your property from most tsunamis. Take precaution to prevent flooding. Have an engineer check your home and advise about ways to make it more resistant to tsunami water. Use a local radio or television station for updated emergency information. Follow instruction issued by local authorities. Let the important point of what to do during a tsunami appear on the screen one by one. What to do during a tsunami? If you are at home and here there is a tsunami warning, you should make sure your entire family is aware of the warning. Your family should evacuate the house if you live in a tsunami-prone area. Evacuate to a safe elevated area and move in an orderly, calm, and safe manner to the evacuation site. Take your disaster supplies kit. Having supplies will make you more comfortable during the evacuation. If you evacuate, take your animals with you. If you are at the beach and near the ocean and you feel the earth shake, move immediately to higher ground. Do not wait for tsunami warning to be announced. Stay away from rivers and streams that lead to the ocean. High multi-story, reinforced concrete buildings like hotels, etc., are located in many low-lying coastal areas. The upper floors of these buildings can provide a safe place. Offshore reefs and shallow areas may help break the forces of tsunami waves, but large and dangerous waves can still be a threat to coastal residents in these areas. Staying away from the low-lying coastal areas is the safest advice when there is a tsunami warning. Up on emergency information or warning announced on radio and television from time to time. Let the important point appear on the screen one by one. If you are on a boat or ship, since tsunami wave activity is imperceptible in the open ocean, do not return to port if you are at sea and a tsunami warning has been issued for your area. Tsunami can cause rapid changes in water level and unpredictable dangerous currents in harbor and ports. If there is time to move your boat or ship from port to deep water after you know a tsunami warning has been issued, you should weigh the following consideration. Most large harbors and ports are under the control of a harbor or port authority. These authorities direct operations during periods of increased readiness. Keep in contact with the authorities should a forced movement of vessels is directed. Smaller ports may not be under the control of a port authority. If you are aware there is a tsunami warning and you have time to move your vessel to deep water, then you may do so in an orderly manner. Owners of small boats may find it safest to leave their boat at their pier and physically move to higher grounds. Damaging wave activity and unpredictable currents can affect harbors for a long period of time. Following the initial tsunami impact on the coast, contact the harbor authority before returning to port. Let the important point appear on screen one by one. What to do after a tsunami? After a tsunami, you should continue using a radio or television updated emergency information. The tsunami may have damaged roads, bridges, or other places that may be unsafe. Check yourself for injuries and get first aid if necessary before helping injured or trapped persons. If someone needs to be rescued, call professionals with the right equipment to help. Many people might get killed or injured while trying to rescue others in flooded areas. Help people who require special assistance, infants, elderly people, those without transportation, large families who may need additional help in an emergency situation, people with disabilities, and the people who care for them. Avoid disaster areas. Your presence might hamper rescue and other emergency operations and put you at further risk from the residual effects of flood, such as contaminated water, crumbled roads, landslides,